Average Dude has something to say about...
Everybody, welcome back. This is episode 14. And, well, something just broke over the news not that long ago regarding Casey Anthony. Her one-year probation is over. Now, for those of you who remember that incredibly questionable murder trial for, she was acquitted. I believe she's 26 years old now. She was acquitted for killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee, in probably one of the most controversial cases since the John Benet Ramsey killing and the really bizarre, weird things that we heard way back when on that one from the family. This is another one where the family, holy crap, but we'll get to that. Anyway, yeah. She's done. I mean, well, after her acquittal, Florida Judge Blevin Perry ordered her to serve a 1-year probation because check fraud from 2010. And aren't we used to seeing this, or we have for quite a while? We've seen how murder cases, they get off, but yet when it comes to anything involving money, they don't. OJ got off for murder, and yet when it came to Martha Stewart, yeah, we got her. We've seen this before, and it's sickening, where murder is easier to get away with than anything financial. But even, boy, if we would have known then what we know now about getting away with financial stuff, oh my goodness gracious. But, of course, that's with the big rich people, and she's not. She's just a little peon. But, yeah, she got to serve 1-year probation for that check fraud where she stole checks from her best friend, Amy Huizenga. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right, but, yeah, that's a best friend for you. Steal the checks. And that was when her daughter was missing. I mean, the strangeness behind that case, to say, at the very best, Casey Anthony is so horribly questionable at best, and so is her family. She's out now, but you know what? She's screwed. She's totally and completely screwed. Her attorney, or Casey Anthony's attorney, Charles Green, yeah, he's a real piece of work. Attorneys usually are. He's stating she hasn't published that book, or she's not ready to tell her story yet, and I hope that she will tell her story one day. Yeah, you sure do, don't you? Because you're her attorney, Charles. You want a piece of that pie, Charles. You want her to publish that book. But you want to know why she isn't doing it? I can tell you right now, it's because of what she's facing at the moment. Okay, remember, when she was acquitted, she was bragging it up, living it up. She was even getting out there stating, oh, I'm going to have another baby, I'm going to have a bunch of, that whole thing. Real smart. After your 2-year-old's been murdered, way to show that you have any kind of feelings of loss, no mourning whatsoever. Ooh, I got away, and I'm going to have more babies. She's horrible. She is such a horrible person. She got away with murder. That's, our legal system completely fell on its butt and let that one go. And it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time. But she's not telling that story. In fact, this whole past year, she's been going on record as being unemployed. There's a reason for it. Because also what was part of that case, for those who remember, was all the lying that happened with her and her family. Okay, this is what I wanted to know. The police, where you found that poor little girl's body, I mean, come on, with everything involved, drowning in the pool and all the stories change. You could have avoided all those stories if you had just simply arrested and brought in Casey and her mommy and her dad. Okay, if you would have had to have let the parents out, but at least then you could have separated them to keep them from collaborating on their bullshit stories, which came out during the court process. Bullshit. They were lying. They were completely lying. Casey Anthony is now going to be dealing with a huge mother of a lawsuit from Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez, because if you remember, she used that poor woman's name when she fibbed about, oh, my baby was stolen by a babysitter, and that's the name that she gave. Now, she's screwed. She's going to have to face this, and if she has Mr. Green as her attorney, there's nothing that Mr. Green's going to do, because during that court trial, Mr. Green brought that out. I mean, her lawyer told the court in that murder trial that she had that the babysitter never existed and that Kaylee accidentally drowned in the family pool. Remember, she's trying to get away with murder, so she's okay with admitting to lying. I mean, this is how screwed up her and her family was when it came to the murder of this poor girl. Her lies are catching up because Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez, this poor woman, I don't know if this is true. I'm just going by what's being reported. She's suing because of defamation, but she's indicating she lost her job and home. That's a big, bold statement. That's going to be verifiable. We're going to be able to see whether or not that happened. But does it really surprise anybody? I mean, seriously, does it surprise anybody? If you blamed someone and said, you know, if your child's gone and you brought up someone's name, especially a Hispanic person, ooh, yeah, Zenaida, I hope you take her for... That is why Casey hasn't written that book, because she was all ready, remember? She was going to write that book, she was going to appear on all these shows and give her story for a paycheck, for a big paycheck. She isn't doing it. This is why. She knew she was in financial deep shit. She knew that if she did this, she would be handing over a whole bunch of this money to her attorney, and because of this lawsuit, hey, she's screwed. And you know what, Casey? If you happen to be watching this, you deserve it. You completely deserve it. You fumbled so bad. And that is all I am going to say about this. This will be an interesting one to watch. I bet there's a whole bunch of butt kissing on the part of Casey in the courtroom. Everybody, have a good one.